I have good news. Whenever somebody tells you next time that you're lazy, tell them that you're not lazy, you're just not motivated. So, what's going on over here is that you're not interested in what you have to do, and that's why you're not doing it. So, how can we prevent that from happening? Like, how can we get you, to start working on that? So, follow this along. So, this is here procrastination. That means that you're putting off work you need to do now. So to get rid of procrastination, you need to get motivated. So that's the next step. You need to have the motivation to be able to do it. So how do you get motivated? You have to be ambitious. You have to actually want to do it really really hard, and to be able to have to be ambitious, you have to you know feel like you're the only person in the world who can accomplish this. And how do you get ambitious? You have to have the vision, your big goal. How is this that you're doing right now bringing you closer to the big ass goal? And how to get the big goal? Well, you have to have imagination, so you have to dream big, so you can have the big goals. Then that will make you be ambitious, that will motivate you to not procrastinate and to finish your thing. And that's so huge that I actually have it written on the paper, big letters, so it reminds me whenever I don't feel like doing something. I ask myself, is it because it's too hard and I don't want to do it, or because I don't want to do it because I don't want to do it because it's boring, because I'm not interested, because it's boring and I'm not interested. It just doesn't, bring me any satisfaction in completing that task. And no matter which one it is, I have to motivate myself to do so. And how do I do so? Like, do I reward myself with candy, or on a date, or party, or whatever? Like, I tried everything from rewarding the good behavior to punishing the bad behavior, everything. Sometimes none of them works except tying in, bringing it, like connecting that one task with your bigger picture. Like, what's your, let's call it, destiny? Like, how does this bring you closer to that? And that ambitious, like, be ambitious. Like, whenever you hear some pro athletes, or high performance people, they say, I want to be the best. And when you hear somebody who's average or maybe even below average, he's like, well, I just need to put in the minimal work for me to pass the test. Like, I was one of those, like, January and February of 2018, I was literally saying, I'm just gonna put in enough work to make sure I pass the test. And then my father asked me, well, what if, like, how do you know how much do you need to put in? Like, how do you know what's the minimal? And I told him, I don't know. Like, that's the problem with that mentality. If you say you're gonna put in the minimal amount of work, like, how do you know how do you know what's the minimal? And how do you know that what amount of work you put in will be enough? So you don't know that. If you say, well, I'm just gonna have all sixes, like, I'm just gonna pass it, well, like, you're not ambitious enough. And now that my goal is to be the first one to finish the college in my class, like the first one to get diploma, then now I'm like feeling a little bit of pressure. Like, one, I actually really really want to do it, and the other one is like, well, I said I'm gonna do it, and now if I'm like, well, fuck that, then everybody's gonna tease me, so I'm like double pressuring to do it, to complete it. And how did I become ambitious? Why is it so important for me to be the number one, to be the first, to be the best? Well, then I have a vision, like, I actually want to get a diploma so I can get a good job, and then I can use that, good job to propel myself. I have like the better starting position, and then like I have the vision. So how do I get the vision? Well, I dream big. Like everybody keeps telling me, Timo, you dream too big, and I realized that it was not my fault that I was dreaming too big. It was their fault that they're dreaming too small. You know, like they, like I have one picture, and I'm gonna put it right now. It's right over here. It says your plan and a small apartment. It says my plan and a big apartment. Like picture is right over here. So see what I did here? Like I forced myself to put the picture over there. Like I forced myself to edit this video, otherwise I wouldn't do it. And that's also one technique, like you say you're going to do it and then you have to do it, because you have to be accountable to somebody else, and accountable to every single person who's watching this video when I post it, and who's going to watch it in the future, next week, next month, next year, 10 years. If my kids watch this video, I'm accountable to them. If my grandkids watch this video, I'm also accountable to them, and I don't wanna, disappoint them. So that's why I have to put the video, the picture over there. So like that's your plan, small tiny building, and my plan is like 2-story building, and that's why I'm motivated, because I want to have the big dream house, and you just want to have a bed and a hot water. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.